Hey guys, Dave here, getting ready to pinstripe the Saab. It's a sage green and it's an overcast day, so it's color's not showing up too well, but here I am charging my awesome little Grumbacher pinstriping brush, getting some black in there, and I got my grid down on the hood, getting ready to do the front hood element first. Fun place to start. And then here I am laying down the lines, speeding it up. Just, some basic lines. Kind of going for kind of this sharp little daggery looky thing. So I think I'll do that throughout the entire vehicle. And yeah, so it's like to measure my points on left and right just to keep things kind of a little bit balanced. So I kind of throw my ruler up there and just give myself placement where I end from one side to the other. And just kind of building things from there. Now I'm at the second color, which is kind of a sage green, but kind of a brighter-ish kind of a green, so it stands out off the car a little bit. And I'm just building that in to the hood element, as you can see, just kind of adding weight to it. Kind of started from the top, working my way down, kind of build it up a little bit more down the bottom, pulling it out off to the side as well, and just having fun, just making it up as I go. Kind of looked like it needed some filler in there, so I threw some daggers in there. Now I'm going off to the side panels, and I'm making a pattern. A lot of pinstripers will use their smartphones and take a picture of what they've done and then run over the other side. And I guess you can flip it on your phone so it's reversed. I don't have a smartphone, so I'm going old school, and for me, and some people will just remember, and I do not have that good a memory, so I'm using this pounce wheel, has a little spur on it, and a scrap of soundboard, and so I'm just perforating the paper on a windy day to make holes in it so that I can use the pattern for both sides. So I'm just running this through and it makes little teeny perforated holes in it. And it's a basic shape. So I'm just gonna, it's kind of something that I'm just gonna use as a reference and add to it if I want. But I'm just kind of creating this basic shape to get me started so it's symmetric on both sides and the same. Now I'm taping it onto the panel, and what I will do next is, see, I'm just using my lines to register on the edge of the window. Then I will take a pounce box with charcoal in it and actually just kind of pat it, and this will transfer charcoal through those little perforated holes onto the vehicle. And the charcoal is designed for this, so it's kind of like a shimmery grayish kind of a color, so it's not like full-on black. So it kind of just shows up really well, kind of pops, so you can see it real good. There I am pouncing. And then I just remove that and blow off any excess dust, because you don't want that. You don't want too much dust on there. You just want where the lines are. Now I'm going over to the other side, and you can see where the creases are. All I have to do is just line up those creases, tape it on, and do the same thing. Pounce away, transfer the charcoal. And this just gives me a nice, confident similarity on both sides. Kind of rub it in a little bit too. Peel the paper back, blow off the excess dust, and start striping. So I'm going to grab my black, my Grumbacher, and just follow those lines. On both sides. Voila. Now I'm putting down a magnetic strip that has a groove in it. That groove is to place that Buhler striper armature. And I fill the Buhler striper with black, the same black I've been using, and a little wheel rolls as I touch it to the vehicle. And I just follow that track. I'm looking at the track, I'm not even looking at the paint. I'm looking at following that track. And just go all the way down the vehicle. And it makes a nice perfect line. A lot of people will just use tape or will just follow the seam of the vehicle. And there is a definitive seam on this vehicle, and that's what I butt the magnetic up to. But I prefer to use the magnetic strip. This is for my own personal taste as far as making a line to my liking. I'm just adding a dart in the front with my Grumbacher brush, same on the back, just kind of an in treatment. And now I'm using my swirly brush to just create a little element on top of this dart element. And this is a lighter version of that sage green that I was using on the front. And you can see I'm just moving the brush back and forth, and it's swirling, making these swirly loops. Kind of a fun design, very artistic, and kind of a nice complement to straight lines sometimes, depending on what you like. Now I'm just adding some similar feathers to just add weight to the bottom and give it a finishing touch. And I'll be doing this on this other side as well. Well, here's where I'm adding some spurs onto the loops in various places, random places. I started doing this when I was trying to fill in places where it skipped, the paint skipped. And I found out that I actually like the little spurs, so now it's kind of my little signature. I don't know, maybe some other people do it, but it just looks kind of neat to me. It just kind of adds an additional element to the swirly loops. And I just pick random places to do it. Kind of where I think would look good. It's kind of a spark or another visual interest. Kind of adds a neat little animation to it. And on the other side I sped it up because it's kind of the same thing. Obviously I don't have a pattern for this. I'm just you know, doing freestyle. I thought I'd try it on the front as well. See if I can get kind of a similar theme going throughout the entire vehicle. So I just thought, why not? I'll just try throwing this on there. And I don't know, I guess you can be the judge. I don't know whether it was a good idea or not. And I probably should have stopped here. And when you think you should stop, you should. But so I thought I'd try to continue the same elements that I did on the side panels. With those kind of feathered off feathers, but I wasn't really, I don't know, I guess I wasn't happy with the way it turned out, so I just decided to try to balance it out, and I ended up with this sort of weird grass skirt rocket flame thing going on, so I just went ahead and filled it in, thinking maybe I might do something to fix it later, or leave it. Now here I'm doing the same swirlies on the side of the vehicle where I did the pinstripe line. You can see it skipped there. Come back and mess with it. You really have to get the paint flow really good on these with these brushes. Your paint really needs to flow. It needs to be thinner than you do regular striping, because obviously you can see what you're doing. You're doing a very flowy form. And so it really has to, and this is what this brush is made for, is these flowy loops and swirlies. And so you really need to get your paint a really flow-friendly consistency. Now here I'm on the other side of the vehicle, obviously. Again, same flowy effect. And no pattern on this, you're just winging this. This is a freestyle form right here. I mean, I guess you could make a pattern if you wanted to follow that, and that would be fine too. Just finishing off with the same feathers. I kind of like it. I kind of like it on this ending. It kind of has like this kind of vapory, swirly thing at the end of the pinstriping. Kind of worked for me. And I'm just adding the little spurs. They're really fun once you figure out how to use the brush and just go for it. It's really fun. And here I'm trying to fill in that big light green spot with some black swirlies to see if I can help the issue at all. And my hair's in the way, but I'm finishing. I don't know. You can decide whether that worked or not. I thought I'd just stop there. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you soon.